The night was thick with darkness, the kind that wrapped around you like a suffocating shroud. I was driving alone on a desolate highway, my hands gripping the steering wheel in an attempt to anchor my nerves. The only company I had was the rhythmic hum of the engine and the occasional flickering of the road's faded yellow lines under my headlights. I had always heard the stories, tales of the spectral hitchhiker who haunted this very road. They said she was a young woman, her face obscured by long, tangled hair, and her eyes gleaming with an otherworldly light. Legend had it that those who picked her up were never the same again. Ignoring the warnings echoing in my mind, I pressed on, my eyes darting nervously from side to side. That's when I saw her, standing at the roadside, her silhouette barely visible in the dim glow of my headlights. An inexplicable chill ran down my spine, but curiosity triumphed over fear, and I pulled over. She climbed into the back seat, her presence sending a shiver through the car. Her voice, when she spoke, was like a whisper carried on the wind.
Thank you for stopping. I need a ride to the next town.
I hesitated but managed to mutter, "Sure, I'm heading that way." As we drove, an eerie silence settled in, broken only by the faint rustling of her hair against the seat. I stole glances at her through the rearview mirror, trying to make out her features, but she remained a shadowy figure. After what felt like an eternity, she spoke again, her voice now laced with sadness.
I died on this road years ago, in a terrible accident. No one stopped to help me then. I've been searching for a ride ever since, but no one ever listens to my story.
I felt a pang of guilt and sympathy. "I'm so sorry," I said, my voice barely audible above the purr of the engine. "I didn't know."
Can you help me?
She pleaded, her eyes meeting mine in the mirror. They were pools of darkness, devoid of life.
Can you help me find peace?
I nodded, my heart pounding in my chest. "I'll do whatever I can." She directed me to an old, decrepit house at the edge of town. The moment we arrived, a sense of dread washed over me. The house loomed like a ghost from the past, its windows boarded up, and its walls adorned with peeling paint.
You have to go inside,
she said, her voice now urgent.
You have to find what's keeping me here and put it to rest.
Reluctantly, I stepped out of the car, my flashlight cutting through the impenetrable darkness that surrounded the house. Every creak of the floorboards beneath my feet sent shivers down my spine, and the air was heavy with a foreboding presence. I explored room after room, the silence broken only by the echoes of my footsteps. In the attic, I found an old, dust-covered chest. With trembling hands, I opened it, revealing a collection of newspaper clippings, photographs, and letters. As I read through the documents, the pieces of the puzzle fell into place. The hitchhiker's name was Emily. She had been a vibrant young woman, loved by her family and cherished by her community. But her life had been cut short in a hit-and-run accident on this very road. Tears welled up in my eyes as I realized the tragedy that had befallen her. I whispered, my voice breaking, "I'm so sorry, Emily. I promise I'll help you find peace." Suddenly, the temperature in the room plummeted, and a gust of icy wind enveloped me. The documents in the chest flew into a frenzy, swirling around me like a sinister dance. Emily's voice echoed through the house, thanking me, and then, with a final, chilling wail, she vanished. The moment she was gone, the house seemed to sigh in relief, as if a heavy burden had been lifted. I rushed back to my car, my hands fumbling for the keys. As I drove away from the house, I felt a mix of emotions, relief, sadness, and a lingering sense of the supernatural. In the days that followed, I couldn't shake off the memory of Emily, the haunted hitchhiker. But instead of fear, I felt a strange sense of gratitude. I had helped a lost soul find peace, and in doing so, I had confronted the supernatural and survived.